Good morning, Unity. How is everyone? I hate to break the spell of what Jeff is putting out for us there. Y'all aren't listening to me. Good morning. That got some attention. How is everyone this morning? Well, you look like you're doing good. You feel good? Do you feel as good as you look? Okay, good deal, because y'all looking real good this morning. Thank you, Jeff. That was, I was just sitting up here basking in that, so that was good. Hey, I want to quickly remind you before we get rolling this morning that we have Daniel Namad coming in 2 weeks. 2 weeks. And you don't want to miss this. You know, we do a lot of his music around here. You will hear things in the concert that you've heard here and that you're familiar with. So you don't want to miss this. It's $25 per person, but don't let that stop you from coming. That's suggested. No one is turned away. We try to do as many of our events and things here at Unity on that practicum as we can. But this was actually Daniel. He said, make sure that money doesn't stand in the way of anybody.
There's many options here.
Twice as much?
Yeah.
That went over my head.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. Back to right here. Daniel Namad.
You should have been here last week and heard this lady talk.
Oh, I met her in the hallway.
Oh, that's right.
We passed. I was doing other things in the back, and we passed in the hallway, yeah.
I see.
She seemed to have it going on. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, Daniel Namad, the first Sunday in June at 6 p.m. Go on the website, sign up. Reserve your spot for that because it's going to be really good. And then secondly, we're going to extend our auction by a week. It was due to expire tomorrow, but some of the people involved in that are out of town and this and that and the other, so we're going to extend it for a week. So if you haven't had a chance to bid on anything yet, I know last week that Mom had said that she was bidding on the massage, but she has been outbid. I don't know how she feels about that, but go on there and make your bid on the items on the auction tab. And then thirdly, I want to quickly mention that on June 10th, we have an individual in our group here that is a master essential oils person. She has written over how many books? 30? I think over 30 books on essential oils and healing touch and the use of oils in healing modalities. And when I found out that about her, I was a little starstruck just to know that we had someone with that kind of knowledge and so forth in our midst. So she's doing a day-long Essential Oils in the Bible, I think is the name of it, on the second Saturday in June. I believe that's the 10th, day long. So check that out. If you have any interest in essential oils, this would be for you. So be sure and check that out. So let's take a breath. Trusting that everyone had a good week, a blessed week. You're here this morning. That's a blessing. You woke up this morning. That's a blessing. Yes? Yes. So let's take a couple of nice deep breaths and just center into our space, getting ready for our spiritual feeding this morning through music and meditation and message. And as we do that, let's bring the idea of protection into our energy field. There is only one power and one presence in the universe and in my life, God. Omnipotence, omniscience, and omnipresence is not only all around me, God is within me. As I take this truth into my heart, I feel calm and secure. The circumstances of the world have no lasting power over me. Can I repeat that one? The circumstances of the world have no lasting power over me. God is greater and more enduring than anything I may be called to face. I have within me the power to feel God's protecting presence at any time. As I pray, I affirm the strength and power of God are mine to call upon. I can use these divine powers to move beyond that which may scare or intimidate me. In renewed faith and deep security, I move bravely forward. 1 John 4:4 says, "The one who is in you is greater than the one who is in the world." Take a breath of that. I think we need that reassurance in this day and age, don't you? Because there are some days when things feel scary, and so it's just good to know that as I practice the presence of God, I feel secure. Let's say that together. As I practice the presence of God, I feel secure. All right.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for being here today. We really appreciate it. In Unity, we like to do positive affirmations, and most of our songs are affirmations of how we want to see things, how we want things to be, and how we believe that we really are. And so I'm going to ask you to stand, and we're going to do a song that is an affirmation. Let's see if you agree with this. I will stand for love. I will stand for love. And you know I can be strong for love. Yes, you know I can be strong for love. And I will stand for peace. I will stand for peace. And you know I can be strong for peace. And you know I can be strong for peace. Will you stand for truth? I will stand for truth. That's right. I will stand for truth. And you know I can be strong for truth. And you know I can be strong for truth. Won't you find somebody to welcome this morning? Tell them you're glad to see them. And I will stand for you. Yes, I will stand for you. And you know I can be strong for you. And you know I can be strong for you. And you know I can be strong for you. All right, give somebody a fist bump or a high five and tell them you're glad they're here. All right. And you may be seated. All right. Am I coming through okay? Can you hear me? Okay. All right, good. Good deal. We're going to invite the children to come up at this time. Now, I believe the older ones, are you guys going to Unity Park?
Yes, we are.
Okay. Yeah. Just want to be sure that they all have their release forms. Okay, very good.
Where are all of our little ones? No little
Wow.
ones today.
It's usually the teenagers that sleep in. Good job, guys. God is,
God is,
and I am.
I am,
I create,
I create,
and I pray,
I pray,
and I act
I act
on the truth that I know. God is,
God is,
and I am.
I am,
I create,
I create,
and I pray,
and
I act
I act
on the truth that I know. There is only one God. There is only one love. All right. Let's send them to Unity Park with a blessing.
We
love you.
We
We
bless
bless
you.
you.
We behold the Christ in you. We appreciate you. And we bless your teachers too.
All right. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Gary. Appreciate it so much. And I believe there's some pizza involved with this situation as well.
Woohoo! Bye.
So if anybody wants to go over to Unity Park when we're done here and join in the fun, feel free to do that. Do you know where Unity Park is? It's not here. It's another park. It's called Unity Park, and it's over on the west side of town. It's beautiful. I've driven through it, walked through it. It's very nice, and you need to go see it and just and celebrate the unity of all people, right? Yeah. Okay. Well, hey, we've got a class. Our final class coming up this Wednesday, the metaphysics class. If you've been a part of it, you don't need to sign up for it again. I'll just send you the link. But if you would like to join us, you can just go to the website. There's a place where you can, actually the link will be there on the website. You can just click on it and go right to the class. 6:30 this Wednesday, we're talking metaphysics. This is part 3. And we're going to talk about the Trinity, the trio, the third, the completion of what it's really all about. So I hope that you'll be able to be here with us for that. And we're also going to be sharing a very special healing technique that we learned a few years ago from a Hawaiian shaman. And this is for pain. It is for stress. And it relieves you from these kinds of, and I use it all the time, and it really works. So you want to be there at least for that, all right?
And aren't you doing something with membership?
We are. We're
I'm just
also
here to
doing
remind you.
membership on Zoom, and if you have not become a member and you'd like to be a member, or you want to find out more about becoming a member, you can sign up for the new members class. We'll get your email, and then Leah and I will meet with you individually. We've already had the main class, but we'll meet with you individually. And that's nice because that way we get to know each other. You could put your dog up on the Zoom, or your cat, or your parakeet, whatever you have. We can meet your whole family even, if you want to. And anyhow, we like to do this. That way we get to know you a little better, and you get to know us a little better. But what you see is what you get with us, isn't it?
That's absolutely right.
Yeah.
If
Except
you
for
want to
all
know
the
what we're
secret
like, this
stuff,
is it. Yeah.
Except for that.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's always interesting to me, we don't get the daily word ahead of time. We get it on Sunday morning, and our talk is formulated and put together by Sunday morning. And every time I open the Daily Word and look at it, it's like, well, of course that's the Daily Word. It just always syncs up with exactly what we're talking about. And this morning's Daily Word, protection, I told him, I said, guess what this morning's Daily Word is? Protection. And he went, of course it is. And I said, I know, because we're talking about Psalms 23. And we're talking about walking in that state of knowing that all is well.
Yeah.
And that place of peace and security and protection, which is so important.
And how
right
it
now.
relates to self-mastery.
Yeah.
How Psalm 23 relates to self-mastery.
So you understand
read
that
that for us?
no self-mastery happens without practice.
Yeah.
That it's all about the practice, right? So our lives are like a book with many chapters in it, yes? And each one of us can be the hero in our story if we choose to be. In any story, there's always a protagonist and an antagonist. Without the friction of the adversary, we never grow, we never change. King David, you've heard of him, perhaps? He was a shepherd boy. And that's where he learned how to slay Goliath using his slingshot, right? And eventually became king. So we're going to look at the Psalm 23 as an example to all of us of self-mastery and what it takes to use the elements that we've been given to create the story that really is very exciting and very fulfilling. Does that sound good?
Yes. I think it does.
I think
don't know
it
about
does.
them, but I like the idea.
Okay. All right.
The Lord is my shepherd. I do not lack for anything. Why don't we say that together? The
Lord is my shepherd. I do not lack for anything. Now, what about those that have an issue with the Lord?
Well, that's their problem. It's a personal problem. Oh, actually, the idea of the Lord is, in the Greek, it's the ultimate authority. It's the divine principle.
There we go.
It's the life principle. It's the principle of life. And so when you think about the idea of the Lord, it's not talking about, the guy in the sky. It's talking about a divine principle that works to make sure that everything is in operation, that upholds and supports everything and brings everything together, makes all the connections, makes sure that the trains run on time, make sure that you're where you need to be at the right time. Even though you're not aware of it, there is a divine intelligence that's working and moving and grooving with all of us.
Yeah.
Bringing it all together. And that's what, when you say the Lord, that's what you're really saying, the divine principle.
So divine principle is my source, provider, protector.
Right.
And I do not lack
Yeah.
for anything.
Yeah. Because once you understand that you receive from this source, and where is this source? Do you know where it is? How many understand it's
Right
not a
here in my
place?
finger?
It's not a place. It's, Jesus said it like this, it is universal spirit. Everywhere present all at once with you now in every breath, in your fingertips and your fingernails and your toenails and your eyelashes and, the spirit is there, that universal presence, that source that provides. I mean, how do you think all this stuff holds together? What's keeping it from just flying apart? I mean, it's this source energy. It is our protector. And David said it's like the shepherd. He said it's like me. How I learned to be, how I learned to become this protector of the sheep, this caregiver of the sheep, to make sure that all of their needs were met. What did the shepherd do? The shepherd made sure that they had food to eat, made sure that they were safe, was their source, right? And that's why Jesus in the New Testament is called the Good Shepherd, the Good Shepherd. And so one of the words in the Old Testament for the source energy is Jehovah or Jehovah Jireh. Jehovah Jireh, which means the Lord is my provider. I am provided for. I have all that I need whenever I need it. I can do whatever I need to do. You know? All of these things come from that divine source. And you and I are plugging into it in every moment of the day. Every time you take a breath, you're breathing in the source energy. And it's energizing yourselves. Take a deep breath right now, would you? Can you feel it? Can you feel your brain sparking and arcing? Can you feel your body just kind of coming alive? And can you feel the relaxation going through your body, calming your nervous system? Say it with me, ooh, yeah. Yeah.
So one of the things that we can do with self-mastery, tending the garden of our mind, is keeping our thoughts and our mind in those places of knowing that we are provided for. I woke up this morning, the sun was shining. Every time I take a breath,
Yes.
you know, because given time on its own, your mind will run down to all that you do not have, right? Well, I don't have this and I don't have that. Bring it right back. Make that a practice of bringing it right back.
Yeah.
Look, I have everything I need right now in this moment. Right now in this moment, I have everything I need.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the key as to what's going on in this moment. Well, right now things are pretty good. You know, things are pretty good. I'm sitting here, I'm relaxed, I have on my blue shirt. Whatever that means. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everything's just fine. My hair's combed, kind of, sort of.
And if it wasn't, that would be okay too.
Yeah.
Because still, it's this moment. All I really need in this moment, not that moment, this moment, not that moment, this moment, right? It is my breath.
Yeah.
That's all I really need right now in this moment is my breath.
And one of the biggest fears of the human being who feels separated from divinity is that I will not be taken care of. That's the biggest fear that people have. It's a survival issue. You know, that I won't get what I need. That I won't get what I need. Where does that come from? Well, it comes from thousands of years worth of scratching and clawing and trying to climb the ladder of, you know, evolution. And here we are in 2023. And so where are we at on the scale of evolution? Well, where are you? Where are you? Are you still in that survival, can't make it, can't do it? There's never enough, there's not enough. Or are you beginning to see that, wait a minute, I live in a paradise. This earth is a paradise. It has everything that I need. The peas, the carrots, the watermelon, the apples, the oranges, the peaches. Say it with me, peaches.
Watermelon.
That's your Pete.
Pizza.
Yeah.
That's right.
So it's all here for us, you know? But the feeling of abandonment is another thing that people deal with a lot. And probably because when they were little, that somebody left them. Somebody left them. How many know that in this life, someone will leave you? It's going to happen. They will either physically get up and walk away, or they will pass from this life. And so we have this fear of being abandoned, of being left alone. And so sheep are kind of like that too. You know, they need the encouragement, the connection with the other sheep. And when the sheep come together, they have one mind. You know, they act out of one experience. And they're directed, and the shepherd, the source, the higher power watches over them and takes care of them, just like us. right? And so that feeling of it's a feeling of abandonment, right? It's just a feeling. How many understand that feelings can change? Let's say that together. Feelings can change.
Yeah.
Sometimes you may feel abandoned, but you say to yourself, this feeling can change. And then you say, I allow this feeling to change. I am never alone. I always have what I need. And that's when you reassure yourself, you soothe yourself, you reaffirm to your mind, to yourself, that you have exactly what you need in this moment and that you're never alone.
It's really like your mind is a radio station or a television. And you have to dial it in to the correct station. And when you get it dialed into that station, you get one broadcast, right? When you do the TV, you get one broadcast.
Yeah.
And so if you keep your mind busy with those positive affirmations, you keep your mind occupied with that, it's not able to entertain the other stations. So it's really mastering the ability to keep your mind tuned in to the proper broadcast station.
Yeah, because you can only watch one station at a time.
Right.
Now, you can't keep clicking it back and forth, and that's what we do.
We do.
That's what we do with our minds. Oh, I feel really good. Oh, I don't know. Maybe I don't feel so good. Oh, I'm prosperous and healthy. Oh, maybe I'm not so healthy. You know? I mean, we go back and forth, flipping through the stations.
Yeah.
How many know that sometimes you just got to say, put it on the station and watch it. Stay with it, right?
Yeah, and that's really what happens when we're learning to program our thinking. We're learning to change our thinking. Is we're in that groove. We're saying those things, and all of a sudden that feeling comes along that I'm getting tired of doing this. I don't want to do this anymore. I'm gonna flip the channel, right?
Yeah.
And we just have to stay with the broadcast.
Because we use affirmations to change the way we feel. Mm-hmm. See, that you have power. That you have authority. That you have responsibility over. You can change how you feel in any moment, right? And I do it all the time. Sometimes I start feeling, go to the pity party. You ever been to the pity party? Oh, it's so tough. Oh, woe is me. Oh, man, nobody likes me, And then I think, what am I doing? I'm going to change the station. I'm going to say, no, I am a good person. Yeah. I am joyful. I am happy, because whatever you fill in the blank with after I am, then that's who you are. Right?
So don't accept the invitation to that party, but if you can't get out of it and you must accept the invitation for that party, tell them that you have to leave in 5 minutes.
You know what I found out? It's not really a party.
Sorry, I got 5 minutes. That's as long as I can hang out at this party.
It's not really a party.
No, it's not.
Not really. I mean, there's no pizza.
There's no cake.
There's no cake. Right? It's just blah. So you want to heal those feelings of abandonment and that feeling of aloneness by changing your radio, TV station, changing the channel, because your mind will channel whatever station that you put it on. Yeah. Say it with me. Oh, that's how it works.
And as I told someone last week, the station is always broadcasting. The divine is always there.
I mean, it's all of it is running through you right now.
If we feel abandoned or separated, it's only because we have stepped away from it.
Yeah.
Because the broadcast is always going. It's there, always.
Yeah. Yeah, the signals are being beamed out constantly. I mean, every radio signal, every television signal is running through your body right now. Being beamed to you, right? Now, if you had like a tooth that's been fixed Sometimes you can, no, never mind. Just kidding. That was an old movie I saw once. So
Yeah.
let's say this together. I am here on divine assignment.
I am here on divine assignment. Ooh.
I have been appointed to be here.
I have been appointed to be here.
This is an appointment. And I don't want to be late. Right?
Yeah.
So we've been appointed to be here, especially right now. You say, well, why wasn't I born into a better time? Do you know this is the best time to ever be born into the world that we know of, right? It's a good time. It really is. And you're here on purpose.
Yeah.
You're here for a purpose. You know, I talk to people, there's a lot of folks that are wanting to get off the planet because they think, oh, it's just too hard out there. Well, don't connect so strongly with the out there. Connect more with the in here.
Yeah.
With the in here. Right? And so, you know, there's a lot of people, you know, that we're having to talk down from the ledge because they just, I don't want to be here. Well, the thing of it is, if you're here, guess what? You're supposed to be here. That's my impersonation of an old cowboy. Right? You're supposed to be here. You're supposed to be. You're supposed to be here because if you're here,
Yeah.
you know, then you're supposed to be here. You might as well get up and do something. And the beauty of it is that divine mind is already working, already lining up situations and circumstances and people and things for you to get involved with.
Mm-hmm.
So I have an appointment today. I have many appointments all throughout the day.
Yeah.
Right? Sometimes my appointment is with nature. Sometimes it's with Leah. Sometimes it's with somebody. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's with the computer. But it's there's I trust that everything I do is on purpose and I'm doing the right thing in the moment that I'm supposed to do.
Yeah.
It's my assignment. Right?
So here's something really deep that Emmett Fox
Deep.
said.
Ooh.
So really listen. What you think about grows. Whatever you allow to occupy your mind, you magnify in your life. Whether the subject of your thought is good or bad, the law works and the condition grows. Any subject that you keep out of your mind tends to diminish in your life because what you do not use atrophies. Mm-hmm. The more you think of grievances, the more such trials you will continue to receive. The more you think of the good fortune you have had, the more good fortune will come to you. Did you get it?
Yes. Absolutely.
You can chew on that one all day long.
Mm-hmm. It's like a good piece of licorice, you know. It's wonderful.
Training our minds to think on the good.
Yeah.
Tuning into the broadcast.
We spent a lot of time on that first line.
We did. So the psalm goes on to say that he, she makes or creates space for me to lie down in green pastures. What does the greenness speak of? The greenness is beauty and abundance for better opportunities. I am led beside the still and quiet waters. What do waters speak of?
Emotions.
Emotions. So I'm led beside the still and quiet emotions. You get that? I am led beside the still and quiet emotions. So why are they not there?
Well, they're still there.
That's right.
We're just a little wavy on the inside.
That's right. We stir up stuff, right? We stir up that emotional body through our perceptions, our judgments, our needs, all that stuff, right?
Reminds me of that scripture that says, be still and know that I am God.
Be still. In the midst of stuff, get
Right.
still.
Yeah.
Be still.
I like to tell people, I said, just sit down and get as still as you can without moving a thing. And just be perfectly still.
Mm-hmm.
And what will happen is your emotions will go, right? They'll begin to calm themselves. You won't have to do a thing. Your mind will relax and open up. Your body will sing, thank you, thank you, thank you. Right?
So
That's what mine does anyway.
One of the personal little tricks that I have for doing that is I like to sit with my arms on something, and I like to sit in that stillness until I can no longer feel the end of me and the beginning of whatever my hands are on. It's like when I can okay, can I feel the armchair? No. That's when I know I'm there. I'm still.
Sometimes when you hold hands with somebody, just feel the energy of the hands. Get still enough, and it wouldn't be very long before, oh, wait a minute. There's something else there. There's an energy there. There's a spirit. There's a flow. There's a connection that is beyond the physical hands. I can feel it. I can feel it. Holding hands is a blessing that the whole world needs to know. Holding hands with somebody. Holding hands in this way where you connect and you just sense your oneness together.
Do you remember that old commercial from, was it the 70s, where the line of people were holding hands going up the hill?
I wasn't alive
like
back
to
then.
teach the world to sing in perfect harmony. They were holding hands. Yeah, I know.
They were drinking Cokes too.
Yeah, they were, but so yeah, holding hands.
My soul, my mental and emotional state is restored. It's restored. Returned to being a sound mind. Returned to sanity. And the higher mind takes over and leads me in paths, walkways of righteousness or right thinking for the namesake of the divine. Brings me into a divine order,
Yeah.
Wow. And when you're walking in that order, that divine order, one of the 12 powers, you can't miss it. You can't miss it. It's there. You got it. You're on the path. You're in it. It's with you. You're with it. It just is.
Yeah.
That is the way of spirit. That's what love does. Love says, come on, come here. Come here. Come here. Yeah, what do you want?
Yeah.
I just want to be with you, hang out with you.
Was that an impression of me? What do you want?
I didn't say that.
Does anybody else have those moments in your day where you just completely go insane?
No.
Anybody else? Am I the only one? Yeah. Where you just have those moments where you're just like, what
Where
is
you lose it?
going on in my head? You know,
Yeah.
and it requires taking that breath and coming back.
Yeah, see, everybody is looking so prim and proper right now.
I know, it makes me
Like
wonder.
they've never had an insane thought in their head. Isn't that interesting? You just look around the room like, who?
I think they should be up
Oh.
here.
And the truth of it is, it's a collective kind of a thing those thoughts are jumping back and forth, Oh, you're losing it. You're losing it. No.
You just watch it when you're standing in the line at the grocery store and the people in front of you are having a conversation and it jumps over on you and you're like, yeah, no, yeah. I mean, it does.
Yeah, I don't like that either. We ought to go tell them what
and you
they
just
ought
have
to
to
do.
breathe and bring yourself back to center, right? It's a constant work.
Do the work.
Do the work.
Do the work, Leah.
It's a constant work. It is. Constant practice.
Isaiah 55, 8 and 9 says, my thoughts are not your thoughts. My ways are not your ways. The higher mind is always available to bring us back to sanity. Mm-hmm. Let's breathe a moment of sanity together. Now tonight, you'll be tempted to turn on 24-hour news. And they'll start telling you what reality is. You go, oh no.
Insanity will ensue.
And you'll start thinking thoughts, picturing things, and images. And and it's like emotional hit after emotional hit after emotional hit. And it's like you've been shot with a machine gun, right? And then you're just sitting back on the couch and go, oh, Lord, it's so bad.
Yeah.
And the truth of it is, if I just left it off and sat down and got still for a few moments, that's okay to turn it on.
Yeah.
I'm not telling you can't watch TV. I mean, you're going to do it anyway. You know what I mean? You can't help yourself. But the thing of it is pick and choose, right? Get the information you need. Okay, I know what's going on. And tell yourself, the only reason I want to know what's going on is so I can pray, so that I can affirm, so that I can be a part of the solution. Mm-hmm. Say with me, solution. We're solution-oriented, right?
So I was listening to something the other day, and this lady who studies trends and so forth was talking about that right now the rise of the number of teens who are contemplating suicide is really up. And the reason that most people jump to is because of COVID. It's because of COVID. It's because of COVID. No. She says it actually started trending 10 years prior to that with the introduction of social media. And so she was saying that in addition to the social media affecting, your personal, the view of yourself as a person, that also parents began or continued to hone in this message of the world is an unsafe place. You can't trust anyone. You have to be careful everywhere you go because there's calamity and chaos and disaster just waiting around every corner. And they've created a very unsafe and unfriendly world.
And people get desperate.
They
feel isolated. They become fearful, become anxious. They get depressed. Yeah. Because we believe what we are told. We believe what we are told. Mm-hmm. Whether it's true or not.
Yeah.
Right?
So you see how that, that desperation, the fear, the isolation, the depression, all these things are pretty common right now, aren't they? Pretty common ailments in our society.
What does Emmett Fox say?
Emmett Fox, another really deep thing that he said, think about this again. Whenever you're afraid of something, you worship it. Whatever you fear, you bow down to and give it your power.
Wow. Can you mentally see what happens when you're afraid of something? You're giving it worship. And what you pay attention to grows and expands. Right? And what you don't pay attention to begins to dissolve, begins to fade, and go away.
Yeah. So even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death or of the shadows of darkness, I will fear no evil. Now, those of you that have been around here for a while know that we talk about the word evil being to live backwards, right? Or it can mean calamity. For God is with me, his, her, rod, and staff comfort me. And we're going to talk about and think about the rod and the staff as being a pressure stick. Anybody ever feel any pressure in their life? Did anybody have any pressure this morning? Pressure yesterday? Anticipating pressure later in your day?
Well, you know,
They even wrote a song about it. Under pressure, do 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 do. Under pressure.
the shepherd takes his staff. Let's pretend for just a moment.
Okay.
I have a staff. This is the staff. So what the shepherd does is he reaches down to the little sheep that's kind of getting close to wandering away, and he says, all right, get back over here. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Get back over here. And just gently nudges them with the staff. And so the little sheep goes, oh, bleep, bleep, thank you. I didn't know I was getting away from things. So the little sheep is comforted.
I think it's bah, bah.
Well, that's...
Okay.
Well, they bleat
Yeah.
too, don't they?
Yeah, they do bleed. Yeah,
I said bleep, didn't I?
you did. It's okay. It's all right.
Okay.
Well, you know, that's really interesting because you're talking about that pressure stick from the shepherd being a really gentle thing. And most of the pressure that we're familiar with is not gentle.
Well, there's a reason for that.
I know.
That is because when you don't get, the shepherd is kind of like, okay, get back over, come on, sweetie, get back over here. And they go, bah, bah, you know, come on, come on, come on, come on, you know. And then the pressure gets a little harder and starts pushing. Come on, get over here, get over here. And that's what happens on the inside is that pressure, what? Builds up inside of you. And the reason the pressure is there because it's trying to get your attention.
Yes.
Tension.
Yeah.
Your attention. So that you will figure it out and then work through it. And figure out what's going on. That's what you do with that pressure is you say, okay, what is this really about? And it's usually not the thing that you think it is. Say it with me. Oh.
So one of the discussions that we've been having in the last several days is about people's cups being full. You know, you ever feel like your cup is just full and all of that pressure, you know? We live with such full cups and such pressure all the time that we don't recognize the gentle nudgings because we're just too full.
And then we get reactive.
We have become, yes.
We get reactive.
Yeah. We've become too accustomed to the hard pressure. And we got to let, that stuff.
It's because we're so full
Off.
up with this tension inside. You know? And so you try to pour a little bit more, and what happens? It just overflows.
Yeah.
And so the thing of it is you've got to deal with that pressure. You have to relieve the pressure. You need a release valve, right? You know what a release valve is? Where you can and then let it all out. You can do it through your breath. You can breathe away the tension. You can breathe it away. Breathe it away. You can walk it away. You can exercise it away. You can talk it away. You can think it away. But you don't ever want to suppress it and push it down. Say, oh, I can't think about that right now. You know what I've learned in my life? Is that if something is staring me in the face right now, then guess when I need to deal with it? Right now. if it's here and it's following me around, you know, here we go. Everywhere I go, this little trigger is with me. This little pressurized thought bubble is going with me. And so, well, I don't have time to deal with it now. I've got all this stuff I need to do. So you try to do all this stuff, and all the stuff you're doing gets hard.
Well, because it's
you
affected
can't
by
think.
that thought bubble.
That's right. I know. Can you pop it for me?
Seriously, I mean, you
Well,
do. You go
that's
around
right.
with that stuff, and then everything you're attempting to do is tainted by that.
What's that doctor on YouTube? Doctor.
I don't want to talk about that. No.
Sorry.
He's talking about the guy that, no.
Dr. Pimple Popper. Now, I've never seen it. I've only read about it. Because
Okay,
I don't want to see it.
Stop. Yeah. So let's go on with the
She's
rest.
very visual.
Let's go on with the rest of the psalm, which is much better. Divinity prepares a table before me in the presence of mine enemies, or the predators, and anoints my head with oil, and my cup of joy runs over. I know that goodness and mercy will follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord, or the divine principle, forever. That sounds pretty good.
Yeah. See, we're surrounded by the predators. See, in Unity, we're not telling you that the predators are not there. They exist. Okay? But within your sphere, your harmonious place that you create for yourself, you can keep them out by not entertaining and opening the door to those predators. Because here's the thing, if you're constantly under pressure, you will be deceived and you will be scammed a lot easier than somebody who is present and focused and paying attention. Make sense? It's easy to get scammed today, isn't it? I mean, we had somebody I started getting these credit cards in the mail. And they called and said, Mr. King, here you are, you have this credit limit. I said, I didn't ask for this. I didn't apply for this. And they said, oh, we're so sorry. We're so glad you told us that. It must be a scam, right? And that stuff goes on. But it's good that I was paying attention, you know, and said, listen, no, no thank you. And so we have to pay attention. You don't let yourself go unconscious, because if you do, you open yourself up to those predators that are out there, okay? Because predators, what do? It's like a lion, you know? I'm not like one of those lion tamers where I'm going to stick my head in the mouth of a lion. Not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. Because I know he's looking for lunch. Right?
So the other part of that is about anointing my head with oil.
Yes.
And we had quite an in-depth conversation about anointing and oil back at the Easter season. You know,
Right.
this idea of the oil is what comes from the pressure of the olive, right? It's the pressure that produces
The
the
oil.
oil that we actually get anointed with. That it's an awakening.
Yeah.
It's an awakening.
Yeah. And so in the Hebrew Bible, the prophets would be called to go to anoint the kings, the priests, and the prophets. When they turned 30 years old, they'd go seek them out and say, okay, you're going to be king. And that's what happened with David. Here's the thing. David had been practicing his experience as the shepherd with the sheep. He'd been with the sheep. And the gift in him was being stirred up to be king. How do you go from being a shepherd to being a king? It's the same thing. You go from taking care of the sheep to taking care of the sheeple. All right? Because people and sheep are very similar in a lot of ways. That's not a compliment. But anyway, it's part of the maturation process. The gift was already there. It just needed to be brought forth, needed to be awakened. So he needed the test of being able to work with the sheep and to round them up. You know, it's like a Unity church, you know. I talk to Unity ministers, and sometimes we joke about, you know, how that working in a Unity church is like hoarding cats. So everybody has...
Herding cats?
True. That works too. That
Yes.
works even better,
Probably
than what I said. Very good. My
Herding
other
cats,
brain
yes.
has convinced me that I should say herding cats.
Herding cats.
It's
Yeah.
true. You know, because everybody has their own individual style and way of doing things. And we like that, right? We like that. So we don't want you to quit being cats. It's just, you know, kind of learn to... You know what I mean?
So also this idea of the shepherd and the sheep is like us tending our thoughts. If we think of our
Yeah.
thoughts as
Very good.
sheep, right? We will go after, there's a scripture, you know, in the New Testament where Jesus talks about leaving the 99 to go get the one. And it's like, if my 99 thoughts are here, but there's one over here playing, I need to go get that thought and bring it back over here.
Right.
Right? So we need to be good shepherds to our thinking and our thoughts.
And I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. What does that mean? I just go to church all the time? No. It's I will live in a state of conscious union with the divine. Mm-hmm. Because my body is the temple of God. Mm-hmm. Let's take a breath together. Beautiful.
Some affirmations that we're going to share this morning for you.
Yeah, I'll share those in a minute.
Okay.
Is that all right?
Yeah, absolutely.
You ready to play some music?
Sure.
Thank you. Let's give Leah a hand this morning. Didn't she do a great job last week? Absolutely. So, we're going to do these affirmations in our meditation time.
Okay.
Is that all right? We're going to turn down the lights. And I just invite you to get comfortable. See how still you can be. Pay attention to your breath. Notice the tension in your body. Just notice it. You don't have to do anything about it. Just notice it. Come to the quiet. Come to the peace. Let in the healing. Feel the relief. Be in the moment. Just take your time. This is the blessing. Sweet peace of mind. Sweet peace of mind. Sweet peace of mind. This is the blessing. Sweet peace of mind. Come to the quiet. Come to a blessing. Sweet peace of mind. Sweet peace. Sweet peace. It is sweet. It's always available when you get quiet. Peace is here now. It is a gift that you give yourself when you get still. So we affirm my feelings, all my feelings and thoughts are valid. Today, I'm looking after my body, my mind, and soul first. I will talk to myself as though I'm speaking to a loved one. I will talk to myself as though I were speaking to a loved one. I will be gentle. I will be kind. I will be compassionate. I am a beautiful person, inside and out. I trust myself. And it's okay to say no for the sake of my mental health. It's okay to say no. When I breathe in and then exhale slowly and steadily, I'm letting go of my stress. The panic I feel is only temporary. I will smile, I will breathe, and I will go slowly. I will be present. I'm here now. I'm available to the higher mind to do the work, to be the channel for the spirit and presence and power of the one God, the one Spirit, the one source energy. I am available now. I connect with those feelings of oneness, clarity, goodness, kindness, and unconditional love. I feel my heart. My heart is strong and resilient. My heart is safe and protected. It is surrounded by an envelope of loving energy. I am safe inside. The Lord is my shepherd. I am cared for. I am loved. Always and forever. Always and forever. If you know of someone that you'd like to hold in this moment, Maybe you know someone that needs a healing, whether it be physical, emotional, spiritually, relationship-wise, financially, whatever it is. Just bring them here in this moment and whisper a prayer and include them in this energy, affirming their higher good. Allowing that energy to move through you and washing over them now, wherever they are in this moment. You are healed. You are loved. You are highly valued and appreciated. You are kept and watched over by the divine power. I declare only good for you, my friend. The all-loving goodness of God. Let us hold each other in this moment, for we are a family of people who've chosen to gather together in the name of love, in the name of the Christ, in the name of the sacred, to learn, to grow, and to become our true, natural, authentic selves, more and more every day. And we see that strengthening and increasing and growing. And we are grateful for this beloved community. And so now I invite you to be still for another moment. Be in the quiet and allow your soul, your mind, your emotions to be restored perfectly and completely. And so to complete this prayer, we wish everyone well. We wish all people happiness and joy and peace. We affirm good for all people everywhere. And we say, thank you, God. And so it is. And so it is. You might want to slowly stretch, move your back. Being alert, feeling good. We're grateful.
It's already on. No, nothing needed from me. Should have been more aware. Hello, beautiful Unity community. My name is Lisa Munoz. It's a joy for me to serve as your platform assistant this morning. I want you to be aware that everything that you've heard talked about, the activities, the workshops, the events, all the information that you need is on our website. So if you hear about something but you think you might not remember, you're not sure, you need a little more information, that's the place to go. We have a wonderful resource on our beautiful website. So check there. And then I just want to touch on a couple other things, just so you'll know, and plant a few seeds for your calendar coming up. 1 week from today, Women for Unity will meet right after service. This is our wonderful gathering for women. We'd love to invite all women to join us. We have a great time of friendship, fellowship, learning about unity, and creating projects for supporting our church and our community here. So please join us. We're really looking forward to gathering next weekend. Also, that same Sunday at 3, you can hear and experience more of these beautiful healing sounds that we're enjoying right now with Jeff. He's going to do another one of his amazing Supersonic Sunday presentations. He's exploring the 12 powers along with all of his knowledge that he shares about the healing power of sound. So that'll be in 1 week. And then on May 29th, we have a wonderful new opportunity, a new class. It's called Why Money Matters. This is a Zoom class. It's being presented by Max Mannheimer. Max, do you want to give a wave so everyone can put your name to your face there? Yay. So he's going to be talking about how we can expand our consciousness through a rational understanding of how money functions, how money relates to our individual behavior, and of course, how it affects our society. So read more about it there and then register online so that you can be sure to get the Zoom link and plan to start that class with Max on Monday, the 29th. That week, on Wednesday, you have another opportunity to work with Jeff for the drum circle at 6:30. So another wonderful way to enjoy the amazing expertise of our marvelous resident musician, Jeff. So put that on your calendar for the last Wednesday of the month here in the sanctuary at 6:30. And at this time, I'd like to welcome anyone who's here for the first time. Do we have anyone here visiting today? A new guest? Wonderful. We're so thankful that you're here. We welcome you. And we hope that you got a connection card, and we'd love to stay in touch with you. If you didn't, there's also a QR code on the pocket in the back of the seat in front of you. So we'd love to stay in touch and answer any questions that you have or help or support you in any way. And if you're new online today, please send us your email address and we'll connect with you that way. We're glad that you're here online as well. I would also like to let you know that Sally is here as our prayer chaplain today. This is Sally Maxey. She's a wonderful, devoted, and committed prayer chaplain, and she would love to pray with you in our prayer corner right after service. So just come and see Sally if you're in need of support in prayer today. And lastly, can we please thank all the hearts and hands of all the volunteers who made today's service possible. It takes a lot, but we appreciate you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for all you do.
Thank you so much. All right, well, we're going to take this opportunity now to give everyone an opportunity to give financially to support our mission and vision here at our Unity community. Giving back to where you're fed and nourished is one of the greatest things that you can do to change yourself and the world. How many know we're reaching out, right? All of our hands and hearts together, we're reaching out. So we've learned some things today, a little bit more about the self-mastery and our connection with the divine. And we want to get that message out to more and more people. So you help us do that. We really appreciate it. We want to say thank you to all the folks who give on a regular basis because you make it happen. You keep the lights on. You know, if you ever come here and the lights are off, well, it's because probably the power's out. But anyway, that happens sometimes. Not because we didn't pay the bill. So we do have a giving box that's back there in the back. If you have a card that you'd like to put in there, you can. If you ever have like a comment, you want to say, hey, I think James should wear more green or something, or whatever it is. We're open. We're open to fashion. No, I'm just kidding. But no, we're open to any suggestion that you might have for us. We really appreciate it. And if you have a special gift you want to put there back there, we really appreciate that too. We've had folks who just put some money in anonymously. We don't know who it was, and it was exactly what we needed in that moment. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And we want to thank all the folks watching us online that give, week after week, month after month. Thank you for being there. We really appreciate it. In your pajamas, sitting on the couch, drinking your coffee, Yeah, I mean, it's not too hard, but thank you for being there. We really appreciate it. All right, so let me read the affirmation. We have a growing spiritual community at Unity. We always have more than we need. Double and triple. That's how we grow. We claim our prosperity. Our loving source abundantly provides the highest good in all of our lives. We claim divine love and all good grace. We behold the Christ in every face. Time after time and day after day, we declare and decree our ever-expanding prosperity. Money for our mission, money for our vision comes to us easily, effortlessly, and continuously. We feel it in our heart and we see it in our minds. The manifestation always arrives right on time. And we are grateful. If you believe that, let's give a clap. Ready? All right. Let's say together, I matter. I make a difference. Divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, all I receive, and all that I am. Thank you, ushers. All right, Jeff, have you got something for us?
I do, and I was thinking about the shepherd in the sermon.
Yeah.
I picked a Middle Eastern song, so
Cool.
if anybody's wondering what I'm singing toward the middle of it, it's in Hebrew. So feel free to sing along if you know the words. But the meaning behind it is how great it is when people live, work, and play well together.
Ah, love it. All right. Thank you. Appreciate you, Jeff. Thanks for being here today. We missed you while you're gone. All right. Well, thank you all for being here. We appreciate it so much. Any final words that you need to say? Everybody good? Thanks so much for joining with us. We really appreciate it. Thanks for being a part of our Unity community. We are always in need of people to help around the property, to cut the grass and, help with trimming. And so if you like to do that sort of thing, stop by. We'll put a weed eater in your hand. All right? And we'll show you where the gas is. We'll show you where to plug it in. And you'll have a wonderful time here on the Unity property. Let's all stand together. All right, thanks for being here today. We really appreciate it. If you want to go to Unity Park and be around the teenagers, that's where they are. And maybe you'll catch them in time to get some pizza. I don't know. All right, let's say together. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. All right, before we leave, give somebody a fist bump and say, you did good today.